Dark, opulent, mysterious fragrances are some of my favorite fragrance profiles to wear. Reason being, and you know what? I apologize because I should have told you guys this since really I started talking about darker fragrances, right? So I love wearing dark, mysterious fragrances that are opulent and beautiful. I think they smell great. Reason why I love them so much, aside from the fact they really speak to me, is because I love that level of intrigue, right? Because we all know, maybe if you don't know, now you know, fresh fragrances will do the trick, man. When you are looking to, just smell nice or whatever the case is, fresh fragrances will do that for you, for sure. No question about it. Dark, mysterious, opulent fragrances, though, to me, add this extra something special to a scent profile. To me, they always come across a bit more sophisticated, not always challenging, because I have 10 examples here that, at least for me, for my taste, these aren't fragrances that I would deem challenging personally. I've sampled many others than what I'm going to share with you today that are very challenging. Even, I would go as far as to say that there are some fragrances out there that I've tried that personally I wouldn't wear myself, therefore I don't have a full bottle of, and I wouldn't discuss those on my channel. These are ones that I have obviously within my possession that I'm going to share with you. If you enjoy dark, opulent, mysterious type of scent profiles, I guarantee you I have something for you here. Stay tuned. The video or the list is coming up next. Welcome back, guys. My name is Dave. This channel is all about fragrance and grooming. If you're into this type of content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Everybody returning, you already know I appreciate you, baby. Everybody, throw me up a like button. Leave me some comments down below. I always love engaging with you guys. Let me know if you are into dark, mysterious fragrances. If so, what are some of your favorite dark, mysterious fragrances? And after you're done watching this video, let me know which fragrance on this list or fragrances on the list that I share with you sounds the most interesting that you look forward to getting your nose on soon. With that all said and out of the way, let's get it. The first fragrance I'll be talking about is a brand new release from the house of Zaharoff. This is Zaharoff Signature Extreme. This is an extremely addictive fragrance that I absolutely love, guys. This stuff is fantastic. If you could picture blending the original Signature Pour Homme, Signature Noir, and Signature Leather Tobacco, that's pretty much what you have here. This is a more toned down version of Leather Tobacco. There's more versatility to the scent than Leather Tobacco. I digress. I'm not here to do a comparison video. I just want to talk about Signature Extreme. So let's do that. So with this fragrance here, you're still going to have that aromatic rosemary that very much has this kind of green aromatic touch, if you will. You're also going to have cardamom here and black pepper. So as you can see, it's very spicy, but then it gets woody, right? With the birch, with the temple oud, smoky, woody, earthy. For balsam is here, frankincense, leather, and some patchouli. So dark, smoky, leathery, animalistic, just a touch of animalistic tone here. Not too much, so it's not going to be as heavy and thick and dense as Leather Tobacco, nor is it going to be as polarizing as Leather Tobacco was, because it was polarizing to many. I think it's a great fragrance, but I know many found it very challenging. Well, if Leather Tobacco was challenging for you, this is a much more tame version of Leather Tobacco. Phenomenal performance. I get all day wears with this one. No problem, lasts on skin all day. And just a fantastic regal, upscale, sophisticated black tie event type of fragrance. Just smells very gentlemanly, very sophisticated, dressed up, dressed well, well groomed. All those descriptors and thoughts kind of come to my mind with a Zaharoff Signature Extreme. Definitely get yourself a sample and try this one out. This fragrance here is a Gucci fragrance launched back in 2017. The perfumer is Alberto Marias. He did a phenomenal job with this one. I don't know why it was shelved so soon. From Gucci, again, this is Gucci Guilty Absolute. Gucci Guilty Absolute. I love this fragrance. I think it's really great. It's a very, not so mainstream, but mainstream designer. sort of fragrance. If you've never smelled this one, I know it's hard to find, and I don't like doing this stuff to you guys, talking about hard to find discontinued fragrances, but this really fit the bill. This sort of, in a way, reminds me of Encre Noire à l'Extrême from Lalique. I understand that they're two completely different fragrances, but to me they do share some similarities. You have cypress, patchouli here, along with leather, some woody notes, and vetiver. This is not going to be your suede style of leather. This is almost like a fetish or kind of pleather, where it has like this plasticky sort of smell to it, along with some leather. It's not a very easy fragrance to wear, I admit, but there is something so oddly attractive about this scent, and I think that it's just a beautiful, beautiful scent. As you can see, I do have a dent in this bottle. I do wear it. I do enjoy the scent, and for me, I know why I enjoy it. I enjoy the aromatic presence from the cypress, and I also love earthy patchouli as well, along with vetiver. So there are components to the fragrance that I can tolerate. I could look past that weird, funky opening with the leather before it, kind of tames itself and, the fragrance dries down. But a phenomenal blended fragrance that I just love. Gucci Guilty, absolute, very hard to find, discontinued. A shame, because I think it's just something outside the norm, what we see from designers, and a great one here. Gucci Guilty, absolute. If you could find this for a great price, get it. I would not spend hundreds of dollars on this. I did not, and I wouldn't recommend you do that either. If you're looking for a dark gothic take on vanilla, I've got one for you. Vampirum by Lorenzo Pazzaglia. On the surface, you look at this fragrance and you take a look at the notes, you go, 7 different types of vanilla? There's no way I could dislike this. I love vanilla. Well, you better slow your roll there, because this thing is overdosed in patchouli. So much so, in fact, that the vanilla and the patchouli jock for position at times. You could really sense that. This reminds me of old school, bear with me, this is going to sound a little weird. This reminds me of old school horror films, like black and white horror films from back in the day, right? So picture this. If you guys know what I'm talking about, and you could picture in your mind the characters of a black and white horror film walking through a cemetery at night. It's dark. It has like that kind of like that gothic feel. There's this fog all over the place. They're walking. It's dark at night. There's no leaves on the trees. It's very creepy. It's just it's one of those scenes that could send goosebumps, chills up your spine type of thing. That's kind of the way that I associate this fragrance. It reminds me of an old school black and white horror film. This smells absolutely fantastic. I love the combination of the vanillas along with the patchouli. Of course, you have rum here, so a bit of a boozy touch comes in as well. It also has a leathery nuance to it also. This is just a wonderful fragrance. I absolutely love it. It's definitely mysterious. It fits the Lorenzo Pazzaglia line because it is very chaotic and hectic, and but it's not all over the place. It's chaotic and hectic, but it also makes sense, and it paints this clear picture in my mind that I described for you, that chilling scene of a black and white horror film walking through a cemetery at night is like the perfect way for me to describe this fragrance. Lorenzo Pazzaglia's Vampirum. If you are an incense fragrance lover and you're looking to take your incense fragrance collection to the next level, consider adding this one right here. This is Mystique Myrrh from Welton. Mystique Myrrh is a phenomenal, spicy, smoky fragrance with incense. You have a bit of iris here as well. Some oud, vanilla, coffee, papyrus, cacao, tonka, vanilla. So there are some... Atomizer's crazy on these. There are some sweeter notes that come into play here, but mainly this is focused and centered around the myrrh resin, lightly sweet too, and I think the sweetness from the myrrh could be coming from the myrrh itself, but I think a lot of that does have to do with the fact that it's kind of surrounded by these sweeter notes. But this isn't an overly sweet fragrance. It is not. See, it's a smoky, incensey fragrance along with the resinous myrrh. You have sweet touches here, but I find that I don't really detect the sweet notes, that they more so tame down the spices, the myrrh, of course, and that incense. Along the way, you are going to pick up on this leather note. The leather note here is very subtle, supple, and it's more of like a suede-like leather in texture and in smell as well. What a phenomenal fragrance this is. I absolutely love this stuff, guys. You really need to check it out and try it. It is a fantastic creation. It's sophisticated, it's gentlemanly. Anybody looking for just a refined, elegant style of fragrance that is in of the incense quality or the incense realm needs to try this. It is that good, guys. Again, from Welton London, this is Mystique Myrrh. Let's talk about a smoky fragrance and move to the house of Tom Ford with Tom Ford's Black Lacquer. If you've been around the channel, guys, you already know I love this fragrance, man. It is that good. Birch, leather, spices, ambery. Reminds me specifically of fossilized amber. Oh, man. So good. I just love this one. This one is the fragrance that I said, okay, the old school Tom Ford fragrances are back now. You know, don't get me wrong. Their last few fragrances in the past were okay. You know, aside from the rose debacle and, you know, the cherry lineup, although cherry smoke was very good. This reminds me of like fragrances that Tom Ford used to release. You know what I mean? The classics, you know? Not that this smells like the classics, but I think, in my opinion, it fits in with the classics. You know, this goes right up there for me, in my opinion, with F Fabulous, with Tobacco Vanille. You know, fragrances like that. I really love it that much. It's to my taste. It's to my liking. I love the smoky, spicy, incensey, leathery qualities that this has. It's just a phenomenal scent. It speaks to my taste, and for that reason is... well, yeah, that's why I love it so much as I do. But guys, if you are into fragrances like this, dark, smoky, spicy, cold spicy, the cold spices, right? If you're into those type of smells, and you know you have that charred birch wood in here, if you're into those type of fragrances, you need to try this. My point is if you're into dark, smoky, woody fragrances, you need to try this. That sounded way better right there. Tom Ford's Black Lacquer. Before we talk about this fruity patchouli fragrance that I'm going to share with you, guys, you could see I'm having fun up here. I love doing this. If you're not subscribed by this point, I don't know what the hell is wrong with you. Let's talk about Zaharoff's Tony Iommi Monkey Special. You guys already know I love this one. And if you don't know, I love this one. Now you do know. I don't know what happened there. That little click, the atomizer like got stuck for a second, but that's all right. Oh God, it's so boozy. That rum, that passion fruit, come on now. Patchouli, leather, sandalwood, labdanum, and vanilla. Oh, just a glorious perfume. I just love this. I love this stuff so much. You have just a few of my favorite fragrance notes into one fragrance. There was no doubt in my mind that when this was launched, I was going to love this. It's so dark and bold and mysterious, and it makes a statement. It packs a punch. It's a powerful beast of a fragrance. But my God, there is just, even though it's dark and mysterious, it's still elegant and very intriguing, right? There's that level of interest when I smell this fragrance, and when other people smell this on me, they want to know, like, hey, what are you wearing? What is that? That smells really freaking good. Yeah, that's Tony Iommi Monkey Special, man. This fragrance is awesome. I love this. I love the whole idea too, the backstory behind it, the collaboration with Sergio Uomo and you know, Tony Iommi from Black Sabbath, naming the fragrance after his guitar, the Monkey Special. I just love the whole story, and it makes sense. It's a dark gothic style of perfume, and if you think about Black Sabbath, the way they dress, the music they play, phenomenal band, one of the GOATs, you know, greatest bands of all time, innovative. And Zaharoff, in my opinion, is an innovative brand in itself, right? It's one of the heavy hitters in the niche world, and it just made sense for Black Sabbath and Zaharoff collaborate and create this wonderful fragrance here. Deified is also great, a little bit more on the fresh side to my taste versus this right here, the original Monkey Special, which is a little bit more dark, bold, mysterious, which is why it's on this list here, guys. Tony Iommi Monkey Special from Zaharoff. It's been a while since I featured Primera perfumes. I'm going to do it right now. We're going to break that streak. This from Primera is called London. This, for a long time, was my favorite Primera. I still love it. Of course, there's many more Primeras that I own since I acquired this bottle, since I purchased this one here. Oh, God, man. This is so good. This is so good. I just love it. I love the combination of spices with that white oud. Oh, fantastic stuff here. Very bold, mysterious, dark, right? This is like a dark, rainy night in London is kind of the idea here. Lavender, mandarin, fig milk, some spices, tobacco, along with white oud, and a little bit of patchouli are the main notes and what I get to my nose here. The fig milk makes things very interesting because along with these dark notes, these dark elements of the fragrance, you have that fig milk, which kind of like adds this level of fruity creaminess to the fragrance. It's much needed, otherwise this would be way too dark, right? For, the whole story and everything that Bader, the perfumer, was going for here. The fig milk is a nice touch, but overall, this is a very bold, daring fragrance. It's not too challenging. If you are familiar with ouds, the oud here is very clean. It's a clean oud. It's not going to be funky or animalic, so if you're not into ouds, then you will appreciate this one. If you're a little bit more seasoned with ouds, this is going to be a pretty simple oud for you to understand. You just have to be into the idea of, again, the patchouli, the leather, the tobacco, the spices, and you will definitely love this. I love this fragrance. It's so good. Matter of fact, this is going to be my scent of the day tomorrow. When you watch this video, it will be my scent of the day yesterday. Primera Perfumes, London. This fragrance here is dark, it's bold, it's mysterious, and was a blind buy success, thankfully, from Gallagher Fragrances. This is Rosé Noir. I love this stuff. If you guys are familiar with Rosé All Day from Gallagher, don't blind buy this one if you don't have it. Sample it first, because let me tell you something. I bought this for the combination of leather and along with the gourmand facets that are in the original Rosé All Day. It took me a minute to get used to this, and then once I understood what was going on and what was happening, I put all the pieces together, it made all the sense in the world. See, because it's not just about the leather here, okay? There's some gourmand touches that I'll explain in a moment. It's not just about the leather. You also have patchouli here and oud. The oud patchouli together creates a little bit of funk here, all right? But it's a little bit of funk that I could deal with, that I appreciate. Like I told you guys, it took me a minute to understand and appreciate this fragrance. And then when I figured it all out, I fell in love, like head over heels in love for this stuff. See, 'cause you have brown sugar here, you have this apple crisp accord, you have a little bit of stainless steel, but you have that leather. That leather is like a fetish leather. If you're familiar with fetish leather style fragrances or accords within perfumery, you know exactly what I'm talking about there. It has this sort of plasticky slash leather sort of smell to it, is the best way that I could describe a fetish leather accord within fragrance. And then you blend that with brown sugar, with the apple crisp, with vanilla, oud, tobacco. It makes for one dark, mysterious, but I wonder what you were doing before you came outside type of smell when you wear this perfume and go out into the public. Probably the most challenging one on the list, admittedly, but one that I absolutely love wearing. It's one of those mysterious dark fragrances that is also super fun and enjoyable to wear. If you are into, darker fragrances like I am, and you're looking for something really, really fun, off the beaten path to wear, check out Rosé Noir from Gallagher Fragrances. A few years back, I did a full review on this, and since then, I've also turned on a bunch of people to this fragrance from Amarud. This is Oud Tabac. So we have Oud comes up a few times on this list. And, you know, I find oud to be a great, you know, companion to a dark, bold, mysterious, opulent, intriguing. I have no idea what I'm calling this list. That's why I'm just throwing all these names out. Maybe something will stick, you know what I mean? To this fragrance. But aside from that, you have a little bit of ginger here for spice. Of course, you have the oud and the tobacco, but aside from that, you have the ginger here for spice. You have a bit of olibanum, some saffron, which gives it a nice leathery touch, some Alaskan cedar, cistus, and bourbon vanilla. So, in the end, this is a very dark, bold, I would say leaning a little bit more to the masculine side of things type of fragrance. That is one you could definitely dress up. Smells great when you're wearing. I mean, it's always going to smell great, but it just pairs really well with a suit. That's what I was trying to say there. This stuff is phenomenal. It's one that I do wear into the office. I only go 2 sprays with this one because it is pretty powerful. And although it's not challenging, it's not a fragrance that I would want to overwhelm people with, right? So I do scale back the sprays on this. If I'm going to wear this to the office, I'm going 3 sprays. If I'm casual, kicking it, 6 sprays, right? Or, you know, casual just meaning I'm not going to work, right? So just my days off or something like that. I'm going 6 sprays on this one. It's a beast, but man, is it a phenomenal smell. Another one of those fragrances is I find dark, bold, mysterious fragrances to be very regal, very sophisticated and elegant, and that's no different with this one here. As I find it to, at least I would describe it the same way that I just used those descriptors. Oud Tabak from Amarud is a must try, guys. Get your nose on this one here. If you're looking for a fragrance to give you some peaceful vibes along with some sensual spirituality, take a look at Bahor Bliss from the Scent Library. You can go try this one out at my buddy Nir Guy's shop, Perfumology. Shout out to you, Nir. Shout out to the team over there. Love me some Perfumology, and I love me some Scent Library. Bahor Bliss, part of the Incense Library collection. Library collection. I love this stuff. It is a stunning incense perfume focused on Bahor, right? Burning wood, if you will. If you don't know about Bahor, I talked about Bahor a bunch on my channel this past fall and winter. Well, we're still currently in winter, but you get my drift. I just love this. It immediately calms you. As you could see, my mood totally changed as I keep smelling this, right? I become more calm. I become more relaxed, and that's exactly how I feel when I wear this fragrance right here. We have white pepper, lily, olibanum, agarwood, or oud, cashmere, and amberwood. I don't get too much of an amberwood presence here at all. But yeah, overall, I get this very smoky, incensey feel. Again, very mysterious, dark for sure, but also when you kind of strip away all of that and you focus and hone in on the scent itself, it is a very spiritual, somewhat puts you in like this meditative headspace. I love this fragrance, and the House of Scent Library has some really phenomenal fragrances, and they come in these hefty glass bottles that are just sleek looking. I love the brand. I'm fanboying out. I'm geeking out right now. I'm a big fan of the brand. I love this fragrance. I just love dark, smoky, opulent, smoky woods type of fragrance, and that's what this is right here, and I just absolutely love it so much. And guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to leave a like, drop some comments, of course, subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you part of this ever-growing family that we've created here together, you and I, here on YouTube. And don't forget to follow me on my other social platforms. I am on TikTok. I am also on Instagram. Instagram, you definitely want to follow me there for sure, because I have some interviews with perfumers, with brand owners that are coming up in the near distant future. So definitely stay on the lookout for that. I'll see you guys very soon in another video. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. And remember, spray your fragrances appropriately. I'm watching you. I'll see you guys in the next video. I love you guys. Peace.